We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Oh, man.
What's this, Maxwell?
Dude, we actually have a show with just us?
What? No, not again, man.
No.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well,
but that's
yeah.
the truth, and that's the story. My name is Cruise Control,
And I'm Maxwell
and
Silverhammer.
this is the Nothing Sacred Show. It is the 22nd of January. You'll be hearing this on the 23rd.
Right.
But this
Yep.
is the 20, or at least it's maybe the 23rd. If you actually listen to this day one, like the
From the minute we upload the bitch.
because the crazy fucking fans that we have. All
Oh,
seven
yeah,
of
dude,
you.
because, we have that huge audience.
All three and a half of you.
Yeah, we love you. Well, there's that midget. Is that the half? Is that what you're talking about?
it was the one. No, the midget's actually a full person.
Oh, okay.
Come on. It was the one who had the accident and lost their legs.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. Well, he's
yeah,
kind of
it's just-
midget-esque, I guess.
Well,
he's
he's the guy who's he lays in front of the door. His name is
Ah,
Matt.
Matt. Oh,
Yeah,
speaking
Matt.
of doormats.
Oh,
Nice little segue there,
we got
man.
an interesting show today. Max has some thoughts on something, so I guess I'll let him just go from there, and I'll just kind of chime in as we.
All right.
go.
So without giving the whole story front to back, first of all, I want to say the girl that I was kind of sort of seeing, who you've heard me talk about,
kind of,
yeah. Well,
depending on the day of the month,
day of the week,
the phase of the moon,
right?
Whatever whim was on at the time,
whatever felt good, kind of thing.
Yeah, whatever. Who knows?
But no, I mean, and I was really into her, as you guys know. Well, you've heard me say that before. Anyway, so meaning I gave a shit how she felt. Well, all week, she's just been saying it kind of started, the night of her birthday. I made a comment at the bar and that bothered her. And then I tried to tell her I was joking. And she was just like, that wasn't a joke. Or she goes, I could tell it wasn't a joke, stuff like that. So,
but let's rephrase it. But let's keep this going. So, you just from what I understand, like this was at night, but then she kept digging at that joke, like digging
the
at
next
the
day.
joke.
The next day, yeah.
So it wasn't just like, hey, I was,
right.
Hey,
It
she
wasn't
just said that night, and then she just let it go. It was like she came back to it and brought it up multiple
yeah,
times.
it came back up the next day. So, it's continuous. So I'm going, okay, we need to talk about this. So anyway, I finally caught up with her so we could talk. And, I get it. Her work schedule is busy. And so, she goes to work at like early in the morning, so it's kind of hard for our schedules don't really match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
So when we can have a phone conversation, hey, we try to get that in. So we finally got a chance to have one Wednesday night. And I was explaining myself about that whole situation. And I said, hey, look, I was joking. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not upset.
Now let's also bring into something here. Cause I talk to Max a lot, so I understand certain things. But I also know, how are you feeling during these days with this little thing about a comment that was made as a joke? It's a tease. Cause that's what you do. You tease people.
Right.
I
exactly.
tease people.
That's what we do.
We fuck, we tease people. We make jokes. Nothing is ever fucking serious in that way.
Right. So when somebody takes it wrong, and especially when it's drug out, as long as it was
for several days, and it's made into something when it shouldn't be, because the fact is, if you say, in my opinion, this is my opinion,
right? If
you say yo and you get offended by a joke, and that person says, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, I'll make sure that I don't say that kind of thing in the future if you're really sensitive about that. Boom, right. Done. Good.
There's
done.
The dialogue. It's finished. Exactly.
And then you did that night. I guarantee you did. You said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't mean it that way. I was just joking around, right?" You said.
Well,
that, right?
I explained. I said, first of all, if I thought you were really out for money, basically, I said, I wouldn't be talking to you.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing. And number two, I didn't care because, hey, it was your birthday. And if you wanted to hang out longer and spend more money, we could have. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah, it was a joke, basically a tease. Mm-hmm. It was basically something. And like I said, even if you take a joke a wrong way, if someone apologizes, then that should be the end of it for that.
Or if there's dialogue, like, hey,
Yes.
I was unhappy. Okay, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Then
Okay.
that should be the, okay, he apologized, that he said he'll think about what, you know, in that terms. Or if you don't feel like you did anything wrong, you might still just like say, okay,
Right.
you know, I apologize. But the point is that you talked about it that night. It should have been resolved that night. It should not have been brought up again.
Right. Exactly. Well, I thought it was. I thought it was all good because she said to me, no, I'm cool.
Okay.
And I said, okay, you're cool. You're sure? I even, you know, asked just to make sure. She was like, yeah, I'm cool. So I'm like, okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking, all right, we're done with that. Well, the next day, nothing related to that per se, but other weird cryptic shit, you know, that she would text like, you know, we should talk soon. We need to discuss some things, you know, which used to, you know, who else used to pull that shit was Shell. And she would say, you know, I'm just upset right now. Well, what is it? Just things. Tell me what the fuck those things are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a drawn out thing. And here's the deal. I'll just ask you straight up. Were you guys officially going out?
I wouldn't say officially going out. We were just kind of seeing each other. That's what we called
my
it.
point might but you were never like officially like, hey, we're committed to each other as in a relationship.
Not really. I mean,
no, because and that's the thing. Multiple times in the past, you know, I'm just saying like there's no.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like it was known with those people, hey, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Where with this, it was kind of a little more. I wouldn't call it that.
It was never actually. It was always in and out. You know. You know.
Well, and our whole thing is too. We didn't want to put labels on stuff. You know, that was our big deal. You know.
Which sometimes you got to get the pot, but I guess it's a. Well, I mean, especially for acting this way. If you're telling someone that there's things to talk about and this kind of stuff, and it's like all this serious shit.
Right.
It's like, are we serious or are we not?
Right.
Because
well,
if
that's
we're not
true.
serious, then there's really nothing to talk about until we're actually serious. Because otherwise, why am I wasting my fucking time?
There's really no communication.
Yeah, because you're not. It seems like the goal is to change your behavior or say you shouldn't do certain things. Well, if we're not fucking committed as a fucking relationship, I don't have to do shit like that.
And that's true. You're right. And,
because that's what a relationship is. A relationship is a commitment to each other in terms of making yourselves better and around each other. Like I won't say certain things around a certain person if they don't want that.
Right.
You know, exactly. But if we're friends, I might have more able to say, you know what, I feel like I should, you know, I'm not gonna bend as much and compromise.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's just what I was thinking.
And that's the thing, because relationships, because you compromise your monogamy, you compromise your in other words, you won't be fucking anybody else. You'll be completely with that one person.
Well, and it was that way anyway. You know? I mean, I wasn't gonna go, even if I met a chick at the bar, I'd be like, hey, look, I'm seeing someone. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't.
Yeah, but you might say that, but then again, you never actually said that. You never actually really committed to each other.
There was never really, and we would say things sometimes like, you know, now that we're, you know, kind of seeing each other or something like. There was some time that came out of both of our mouths.
Yeah, you know? But then. Like I said, there's a lot more to this.
A lot more to this pizza. Oh yeah.
Basically, what happens, you know, hey, let's just be friends, has been tossed about multiple times here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it's all a muddy shit. There's no fucking commitment. Like, hey, we are. You know what? We're dating.
No,
you know, we're you know.
Yeah.
On your end, there may have been. I'm not sure, but do you know on her end? Do you get the definitive thing on her end about that?
Well, that's it. There was never really any discussion of anything. You know,
exactly.
It was just kind of like, well, you know, okay, I guess we're kind of seeing, you know, our behavior, I think, sort of spoke that. Yeah. But then, you know, because obviously we had planned to spend Valentine's Day together and other stuff and, you know, whatever. Anyway, let's move forward.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting psychoanalytic. I'm going Freudian here.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I'm getting these weird texts all day. You know, we need to talk. We got to, you know, talk about this soon. Blah blah blah. And then at one point, you know, she sent a text saying, you know, I think you and I are just at different points in our lives. So I'm going, okay. And so
that's what I'm talking about. Like, why do you? What does that even?
Right. Why are you saying that if we're not really?
If you need to talk, then why are you saying that in the text and not instead of when you actually talk?
Yeah. Well, how about we talk for real? Like, you know.
Yeah. Like what?
Let's set aside a time we could talk. You know.
See, to me, this is kind of shit. It's all meant to, and like I don't know this person at all. Never met him, so I don't have any fucking stake in the game.
Right.
It just sounds like something that's meant to make you fucking think about her and get nervous about her, because that's might be how she relates to people. Like she wants you anxious, thinking about. She wants her on your mind, goddamn, all the time. And guess what? She was the whole fucking time, and it wasn't a pleasant, happy. I'm thinking this is a great relationship kind of shit. It was, I can't eat very well. I'm wondering what's going on. I'm thinking about it all the time. I can't focus on my work, kind of shit, right?
Yeah. There were a few occasions like that.
Mission accomplished, woman. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then
there's nothing you can do about that. Like when she says something like that, you can't respond. How are you going to respond in the text to that? You can't. Yeah. And then so you have to wait until you talk, and you know you're going to be waiting some time because she threw that text actually probably a day or so before, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I said,
what does that even mean? And you're getting because you like the person,
right? Exactly. Well, I said to her at one point, I don't like this pins and needles shit. I think we should do this sooner than later. So anyway, she eventually texted me back later that night. I went to the bar, and because my paratransit was late, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to the bar. And kind of as you were saying, cruise control, it's sort of a, like a de-stressor.
Yeah.
And I hate to use alcohol as that, but I mean, that's kind of what it was. I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll go to the bar, have some food,
maybe talk to somebody, maybe get distracted.
Yeah, exactly. Get distracted.
Because you're thinking about this all the time because there's no resolution.
Right.
Like
exactly.
For whatever reason, you couldn't talk. I'm sure there could have been a time you could have made the talk before because this is Thursday, right?
Yeah, this is we talked Wednesday. Remember about the other thing, and then Thursday, the more shit comes up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's always some little thing, and it's through text, and so you're and it's not, so you can't resolve it. So
exactly, we can't have a back and forth conversation where I don't think that, so we could talk. Anyway, so she finally texts me and says, I've been thinking it's probably my standards in relationships are pretty high. And, I'm thinking we should just be friends, blah, 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 blah. So I was actually cool with that. And so I texted her. This is close to about 8:30 or so. And I text her and I said, hey, let me finish my beer and I'm going to settle up and get out of here and get home as quick as I can. And we can talk. So because I wanted to talk to her about, because again, this is a pivotal point in our, whatever it is, relationship.
Relationship. It's a relationship. Obviously.
It is a relationship. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, everything.
You don't. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know what it is. You're like, what the fuck? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like if you're just friends, hey, we're just friends now. That's cool. We're seeing each other. To me, seeing each other means you're committed to each other. Shit or get off the pot.
Right.
Because what does that mean? Oh, we're seeing each other. I can still fuck Johnny over here, and you can still fuck Sue. Oh, we're seeing each other. No.
Right.
No, well, maybe I'm old fashioned. I know I am old fashioned.
Well, for me, seeing each other would mean, all right, I'm not going to mess around with anybody else. Like what you were just saying.
I'm saying. You're committed. I'm committed, dude. Yeah. Committed. Seeing each other.
Exactly. So I get home.
Or dating or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever you want to call it. But if you're dating one, but then again, that's not how a lot of people see it. And I'm not saying she's not that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's also a thing about younger people. And I know she's at least our age. Now don't go into age. My point is that in our generation, you don't see somebody and fuck somebody else. It's like you're not like because dating now, it's like we're dating. That means like sometimes I fuck stand still, but we're still, for me, it's like it's one or the other.
That's my way of thinking it.
It's off on. It's black and white. It's
right.
You're seeing somebody.
If I'm seeing somebody, I'm not fucking anybody.
But the thing is, you couldn't answer that. You didn't. You even right then you were like,
did I really stammer a lot? Like
well, you were just like, well, whatever this relationship,
and so this person wonders why I can't relax around them, because of shit like this, so anyway, I said to her, I want to, because I wanted to talk to her and I was totally cool with it. I was totally supportive. And I just said, let me finish my beer. I'll get out of here, blah, blah, blah. So then she texts back and then says, be safe and have fun. So there was no talk. I found out later she had a friend over and couldn't talk, which if again, she would have made that known to me, then I could have gone, oh, okay, well then we'll have to do it another time. It sucks, but I can't, hey, you're having friends.
Yeah.
over,
and then you'll be waiting again, but she never said that. So
nope. So I came home and that's when the fireworks started to fly. I called her and she didn't answer her phone. So I'm going, fuck. So I text her and I said, call me, please. And then a little while later, of course, see, I don't like to blame alcohol because, it's kind of a cheap fucking, oh, I was drunk, like, okay, yeah, but I knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true, but it's still definitely wouldn't have happened if you weren't.
And you're probably right. You're probably right. But at the same time, I don't like to use that as the excuse.
Yeah.
Like,
so as I'll leave this up because I've heard a little bit before. But all this is, as you know, Maxwell, something came out on the text that was probably, we won't go into details. That
I was really nasty,
and a lot more like fucking inexcusably more nasty than it should have been.
Oh yeah,
or even shouldn't have been nasty at all. But here's my reasoning on that. Yeah, it was bad.
It was
bad.
And
I know you felt bad about it.
I still feel bad about it. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the deal. And I'm going to say something why that happened. Partly the alcohol, but also partly because, like she said, you mentioned at some point that you always felt on pins and needles around her.
Yes.
Like you never really felt comfortable around her. Really.
Never relaxed. No.
Never relaxed. And there's a reason why you didn't feel relaxed, because you always felt there was going to be some kind of comment or something was going to happen that you couldn't say. For instance, how can you relax about somebody when you're being yourself, making a stupid joke about money
being
or
an
whatever?
Expensive date.
Yeah, that's a joke. Oh, you're an expensive date, you know, and then boom, it goes in this fucking crazy ass goddamn spiral where now you have to apologize and feel like you're a shithole because you said a fucking joke when in reality you're just being yourself, and it's easily could have been said, oh, you know, just a laugh off response, knowing that this is how you are. That's how you react to people. Not, oh God, and this hasn't happened once or twice.
It's been several times.
It's been fucking months, dude.
Yeah.
Where you're always like, so at this point, you got to the point where you just lost your shit.
Yeah.
You were fucking,
and I was tired of
being pushed and prodded and poked and not actually talked to and not taken seriously and given a decent amount of respect.
And it was being drug out, man. It was being, you know, it was like, what are you dragging this shit out for? Are you enjoying
and
this?
It's always something more. Yeah.
You know,
well, my opinion is that a lot of people do, and it's just the way they interact with people. It's a way of, it's a power control thing. Dude.
It's fucking
sick. Like, why don't you just fucking talk to people and stop throwing that shit out there? Well, we need to change our perspective. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
You know, fuck, you're throwing these enigmatic texts out that make my stomach churn because I'm wondering what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, it's cryptic. That's the adjective I use for it.
Yeah, so cryptic, and it's meant to make you feel uneasy. It's meant to make you feel like that, dude.
Yeah, exactly. To throw you off, to make you go. Yeah. And the term you used was gaslighting, right? Is that?
That's one of the terms, because that makes you feel like when you say something like you did something and you are this. It's like, am I really like that, or that didn't happen? It's based upon
perception, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's based upon it's an old I don't want to go into the term, but basically what it basically means, like, let's say you don't feel that way, you don't really feel that way, or you're not really seeing that. That's not really how it happened.
Right.
You know, like little things like that, like the joke. You meant that in a negative way, in a mean way. What? No, I did. Subconsciously you meant that in the mean way,
right? And then you start thinking, well, did I come across like this, or how did I say it?
You second guess yourself completely, and that's what you were doing, constantly second guessing yourself. And there's other comments too about the cleanliness of your fucking apartment and other shit like that.
Oh yeah,
and just things that made you. But this is, like I said, this is a constant thing. It's been going on since you've been hanging out. This is not something that just happened this week.
No.
This is constant. It's like over Christmas there was issues. Other times there were issues. This has been happening since the beginning, dude.
Yeah. So, no, you're right. And it's always picking at some shit that I do.
Yeah.
You know, why do you close your eyes when you talk to me? You know, crazy stuff. And it's just like,
you're like, what? Like,
yeah, shit. I didn't even, you know, I'm like, well, first, you know, here it is, because I like her. I'm trying to like go, you know, sort of justify it and go, well, maybe, you know, she's the only person that'll tell me this. Oh my God.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just being honest. I'm just being brutally honest. Yeah. You know? Or I'm just being honest, or I'm just me being honest.
Right. Exactly.
When this is shit that shouldn't even be like, why would you even give a shit? Like, well,
if you do give a shit, then if it's something that bothers you, then why are you still hanging out with me?
Yeah. Or not even that. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit involved in this, but that kind of shit, like making you feel, and it's not even the fact that let's say she didn't have any ill will towards you, right?
Right. Okay.
All right. You're still feeling nervous around her. So there's a reason why you don't feel comfortable around her.
Right. There's something that's making me go,
there's a reason why you've never felt comfortable around her. And it's not going to change, but I'll keep going. Keep going
okay.
On your shit, man.
So anyway, so it was a bunch of nasty text messages back and forth. I basically told her we're done. You know, I want my shit back. I want this, that, and whatever. So, it spiraled into a really nasty text message war. And then I tried to call her again, and she texted back, I don't even want to talk to you after what you said to me. And then it all becomes victim bullshit. You know, you scare me. You're hateful. You're this, you're that. But, you know, whatever. Okay. Now, granted, I said a fucking horrible thing. Okay. Now, the next morning I wake up and I realize the magnitude of the shit sandwich that I made. So I'm going, oh God. Okay. I need to at least apologize, do something, So I do. I just say, hey, look, I know I said some shitty things, but I can't take that back now. What's done is done. And anyway, but her stuff was, we were pretty much just texting all, throughout the day on Friday, and it was all the same shit. Again, I'm acknowledging what a piece of shit I am. And rather than, anything, it's just like, she's coming back at me with, well, you really hurt me. You did this, you did that. It's all about her. It's not, fuck what I went through. Fuck the pain I was dealing with. Doesn't matter.
Well, that's the whole point. It doesn't matter. That comment, and that's kind of what certain people do, is that they'll goad you into saying some fucked up shit because you're so fucking frustrated.
Yep.
You're so on the end of your bullshit, like what, that you say something that you don't fucking mean because you're emotional. And then they'll say, well, why are you getting so emotional? Or you scared me.
Yeah, then you're the person.
Yeah.
The
and then what they do, like the fact of fucking dropping that shit on you on just out of the blue, I think we need to separate. I think we have to think about we're separate places in our lives.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Why the fuck are you saying that in a text? What the fuck are you gonna say that in a text to me? Because you're dropping you're pulling the rug out. You're making me fucking
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger
Now you have to wait until we talk, and if I don't want to talk, then we don't have to talk, and maybe I won't talk. Maybe I can't. I was sick. I got laryngitis that night. What the fucking shit? It's a game. It's bullshit.
Right. It was total bullshit. And so again, I'm apologizing, admitting I'm a total piece of shit, that Friday. And she's pretty much just saying, that I'm, pretty much validating what I said, that I'm a piece of shit.
Well, that's the thing. Apologizing obviously recognizes, but instead of actually accepting the apology and saying, hey, because you stepped up and said, hey, listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I manned up and said I fucked up. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And you didn't even fucking you didn't even blame the alcohol.
No, I told her that. She said that at one point. You're probably going to blame the alcohol. And I said, no. I'm not going to blame the alcohol. Yeah. I'm going to blame the pain of having to wait on, with what.
Yeah. And that's, like I said, it's not an excuse for you saying that. You should need to fucking learn how to fucking stop going ruthless mode, because that's your defense mechanism bullshit coming.
Yeah. Well, fuck you then. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the bridge is napalmed and now, but the bridge isn't napalmed.
No,
because she keeps fucking contacting you.
Yep. She kept contacting. And so then Friday night again, she starts in on me about, something. And well, she was asking me, about, I don't want to get into specifics, but it was about something. And I said, look, and I even said to her, you can keep that. It's money, basically. It's not much, just a little bit of money.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Just money.
And so she asked me how much it was that she owed. And I said, you know what? I said, don't worry about the money. I said, you can keep the money. I want you back. I said, not just, I'm not speaking in a dating sense or whatever. I just want you back to hang out with again, like we did. Right. And then it turns into, well, obviously it was that important to you. And, you brought it up first. So it will
instead of just saying, okay, cool. Or no, don't worry. I'll get it to you still.
Right. It has to be it'll be in your account next Friday.
And it has to be, it's since you brought it up and it's obviously something important to you, not just, oh, okay. Well, yeah. I will still get that to you because I think it's the right thing to do or whatever. Right. And also just note to yourself that you couldn't answer that question again. You said, I want you back. I mean, I don't know if we're back. I mean, with dating or whatever. So you didn't.
Well, with that whole, yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, no, what I meant with that was I want you back in the sense of just as a friend. At this point, I just wanted friendship. I don't give a shit, like, hey, I want to walk away from this in a civil manner. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, it's more bullshit telling me what a piece of shit I am. I mean, she didn't say that, but it was, paraphrased, obviously. Just tell me what a horrible person I am and blah, 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 and how I don't, whatever. So finally I said, okay, that's it. I'm done apologizing. I finally said that to her. I said, you know what? I'm through apologizing. Or, she goes, it's your Friday. I don't want to, cut into it or whatever. And I said, no, actually, I'm at home. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And yes, I am through apologizing. And then she writes back, not surprising. And I'm like,
not surprising. So you have to keep apologizing.
Yes.
Think about that.
Continuously
you can't just apologize once.
You got to keep apologizing. It's not
like there's like 20 Hail Marys, or else you're not going to get.
Or else you're going to hell.
You fucking apologize. You admit you were wrong, which is the hardest thing to fucking do in any relationship, and is to admit you're fucking wrong and you fucked up. You admitted you fucked up. You said you fucked up. You apologize for it, but it's not enough. It's got to be more. And but thank God it was done.
Well,
and there were no other texts later on, because she obviously made her point, and she's not going to contact you again without.
Well, what I did in this though is I responded back. At this point, I'm pissed off because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and just continuously demean myself and build you back up and see how great you are, because you've got some culpability too, with the pins and needles bullshit. So that's when I said, okay, fuck you then, stay mad. And I was like, how about you do something like admit a little culpability yourself? And I was like, oh wait, narcissists don't usually do that.
Yeah. See,
so of course,
and of course she went back.
Yeah, she was like, oh, your true color and true feelings are coming out now. Well, so be it. I guess that's what she kept saying too. You need to figure it out. So finally she's like, I told you needed to figure it out. I guess you have. So be it. I wish only the best for you.
Okay. And she's done with you forever. Thank God. So see, that's awesome. Yep. I'm glad the story is over and she didn't text you again the next day. And you didn't text her again, of course, right? But she, so awesome. It's awesome. So let's talk about the story, because it's obviously over, because she didn't text you the next day. Hold on. Wait, what? She what? She what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't text. I stopped. After that one.
Wait. She just said you got stuff to figure out, dude. She couldn't have. No, come on now.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure it was something very nice, like, hey, let's talk about this. Things are going to get better and better. So at least it was that, right? So, okay. So you guys are kind of hanging out again. You guys are talking.
It wasn't that at all, bro, Ham.
So what was it?
I went to sleep. I didn't text back. I was just like, okay, fuck this. I'm not going to win this. So, hey, it was almost weird. It was weird too, because when I got that text and I got that realization, it was almost like somebody threw a switch where I'm just like, where, usually they say if you're into somebody, you can't turn it off. Well, I think it shut off.
I think, you're trying to put it. I think it's a let's go through the last thing, because obviously so you texted her again the next morning, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, nope, so I didn't text. I'm just reaffirming that. I'm just making sure everyone knows. Yep. He said, I'm done. I'm not going to talk to you for a while. Yep. After she said this, figure it out. You got to figure it out. Okay.
So that was it. That was the last transmission. Now, here it was Saturday morning. I'm up doing my shit. They delivered some groceries. I had some groceries delivered. I got my carpet shampooed. I'm chilling. It's about 4:00, and I get a text from her that says, I've been wondering all day, did your dad speak to your mom the same way you speak to me? You must have picked this up somewhere along the way. So I'm just wondering where you got it from.
Oh, all right. There's your answer right there to this person right there. They has nothing to do with, and we don't even need to go into the responses for that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll tell you, I won't detail the conversation.
Yeah. So you know what? But the whole point is that email, that statement right there through a text explains everything.
Yep.
You guys, regardless of what you feel about her, dude, think about this. You have never, like I said, you haven't felt comfortable around her.
Nope.
Really, you haven't. If you really think about it, every time you're around her, you're wondering if you're going to say something.
And she's brought that up too, by the way. She said that. She's like, you always seem on edge around me, that kind of thing. Well,
what does that make you? That makes
on
you
edge.
More on edge around her.
Exactly.
I'm on edge around you. Well, there's a fucking reason, because you keep fucking. Because you're a game. She's a game player. I'm sorry.
Well, apparently,
if you're listening right now, you need to maybe think about. I'm sure you have your fucking reasons. Yeah, just fucking
look at yourself and change some things about yourself.
But why would she need to say that if she was done with you? She throws out some kind of some text at you about, like, the last text explains everything. Well, and then bringing and then saying you obviously said that fucked up thing, but that's.
But obviously, I acknowledge how bad that was. You know what I'm saying?
Shot at you. It's not.
Yeah. I took the blame, man. I said, hey, I'm sorry. I did say a horrible thing, and I know what I said, which was fucking really bad. And anyone I told it, like, even when I was telling you yesterday about it, you went, "Oh, dude, that's too bro. No, man, that's below the belt, dude. That's fucked up."
It was below the belt, but. And I'm not saying there is an excuse for it, but that's what some of these people do. They drive you to the point where you say some fucked up shit because you're so frustrated. And this frustration has been boiling for months, because there was also something going on during Christmas where you guys, and you even said at that point, are we just friends? And I thought you guys were just friends from that point on. Because you never said anything, you know. Like I from that point, I thought, oh, you guys are just friends. You guys are hanging out as friends because that was the thing. But you don't even know what the fuck you are, and that's the whole intention is to keep you guessing, keep the fucking back and forth, to pull back, give some, take some, give some, take some, backhanded comments, you know. And then asking you like, what did you expect to get an answer to that question, that last question? What kind of answer do you expect from that? That's like, do you beat your wife? When was the last time you beat your wife?
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, even if
you know, I was thinking about it. You know, like I'm
gonna say, well, you know,
mom and dad. Did your dad talk to your mom? And it's
my dad used to call my mom a cunt all the time. Yeah, that's what used to happen. You know, like I'm gonna tell you.
Did your dad fucking say this about your mom? Did your parents beat? Did your dad beat? Your dad, you know, like what beat your mom while you were watching? You know?
Right.
You know, like it's like this comment, like what the fuck are you supposed to get out of that? Like you're gonna sort of contact back and go, you know, since we had such a great ending to our conversation last night, let me go into it. See, when I was 12, like what the fuck are you supposed to say to that? It's an attack. It's a passive aggressive attack.
Totally was. And the
more aggressive than passive. There's some very little passive in that shit.
I'll tell you what, a lot of her, I mean, like I said, her little backhanded text messages, you know, Friday and Saturday and all that shit. It kind of validates me for what I did Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm like, okay, maybe I don't feel so bad about it. I mean, I do feel shitty about making the comment, but there's another part of me that's like, well, maybe it's like when God says, my son, you've done the right thing. You know, that's like,
well, I think it's more like I said along the lines of you were pushed to the point of getting that fucking like just fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like fuck you were so because you were not getting any clearance. I mean, you're not. No. All you had to do is just have conversation. First of all, that comment on Monday night, that should have been dead that night. That shit should have been dead that night.
Yeah, why did it get drug out to the next day?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So,
and of course,
but here's the shitty thing. When we talked, you know, she said, "Oh, I'm cool." So, okay, you're cool. So, okay, why is there more bullshit coming up now? All of a sudden,
yeah, because Thursday she throws something that's what was a Thursday thing.
I
think we need to go our separate ways, or we're in different places in our lives.
Yeah, crazy shit. So you're just like, okay, well,
it's like, oh, this is so tiresome. It's exhausting dealing with certain people, man.
Exactly, and it's the pins and needles thing where you're, like you said, you're just like, and you're tired of it, man. You know, you're just like, fuck this.
It's just not worth it. And also, this is not like it's started. Even if it started out like everything was awesome.
Yeah.
No. It was always like it's always been like this for months. So like it's gonna get better. You don't barely even know each other. You've been hanging out for talking it for fucking 3 or 4 months at most.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. Okay. So right. And it's like that's not a long time.
No, it isn't.
In terms of and it's
so you're right. If you're feeling that already,
and you're not even fucking committed, quote unquote committed.
Right.
You know, whatever the hell that means to you. Like, but that's the thing. You keep stalling on that, like trying to find the right words. What is
what could it be? What are we gonna be?
Because quite honestly, yes, there are easy ways of saying what you are. We don't like to put labels on it. How about seeing each other as a fucking label?
Well,
what does seeing each other mean? Well, seeing each other means different things to different people. Then it's not a fucking label. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you in a relationship?
Right.
No. Okay. Then we're just seeing each other. Well, what the fuck is that? That means we're not screwing anybody else or screwing around with anybody else. Okay. So you're in a relationship. No, we're seeing each other. What the fuck? Just fucking say it.
Just ridiculous.
Because that gave the loophole.
Yeah.
And she's dragging you along in other ways that we won't talk about, but shit, you know.
Well, you know, and I will say this, man, a lot of this could have been avoided through actual conversation. You know, text messages, things get misconstrued, and you know, but in this case, it's like,
nope.
You know, fuck, all you had to do was call me, and we could have discussed. What's up?
You're wrong.
Why you say that, man?
Because Monday night, the conversation was had about the joke, and that didn't solve anything. And you actually had a conversation.
Well, okay, you're right. Okay,
so it doesn't solve anything because it's all the same shit. You'll never solve it.
Just that
there will always be something. Always. There's always going to be something where she's upset about something, or she's not sure about something. She's going to tell you, you know, like there's a certain person that we both know who said at one point, dude, I don't feel like you're really into this project anymore because I was sick one night when we had a rehearsal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you even saying? Why were you saying that? Oh, well, what now? Am I?
Now you're on edge. Now you're thinking, well, am I not showing my 100%? Oh,
or just like, oh, you don't think I'm into this? What are you trying to say? Like, yeah, it's bullshit. It's a fucking bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
it's just a power play. It's a way of keeping you on edge. And also, let's be honest. You came out and said how much you liked her from the beginning, and I'm not saying it's a negative thing.
That was very early. Yeah.
That's the way you are. But then she knows she's got you already.
Yeah, yeah.
And she knows she can fuck with you, and she's fucking with you.
Yeah,
that's what she's been doing, and that's saying that kind of thing, and then expecting a response. And of course, you like at this point, I would just dead her, just drop her because she's going to continue to prod at you and poke at you, or maybe she won't. After
maybe not, maybe after this show,
if she listens to this, who knows?
Yeah. I guarantee. Well, yeah, she'll listen to. Well, I might even post it on our timeline.
Oh, so don't even do that. Don't even do it. See, that's where you that's you're trying to get back. Like you're trying to gain.
Hey man, face. I'm like, hey, you're not gonna fuck with me,
Yeah, like, but that's the thing. All you're doing is making yourself look more like an asshole. Because that's the whole point is to get you so fucking.
But my thing is like, if I'm going to talk about you, I want you to hear it. I'm not a punk. I'm not going to talk behind your back. If I got something to tell you, I'm going to tell you.
All right. Well, I would let it roll because that would also show everybody else on that timeline about what's going on, and they can see that too. So I would just I would let her figure it out.
Possibly. Well, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. This is my advice on this one. Don't do that.
Don't do it, huh?
Nope. Don't do that. Just let it. If she's going to listen, she'll listen. If not, then she won't.
Okay. Well,
because that way you don't have any fucking bullshit about anybody else.
That's true. Or drag it.
Exactly. It just doesn't need to. Yeah, it doesn't need to happen. All you're trying. Like I said, you're trying to save. It's an ego thing. Because believe me, that's happened. Every time someone you feel like you're being picked on or you're being fucking.
Yeah, and I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling. I do not like being the bitch.
Can't stand it. Yeah, you don't like being the bitch, and you don't like being. But you got. I'm not saying you're being the bitch, but sometimes you got to take your losses and just be like.
And that's my worst, dude. I hate that. In situations where I have to, take the dick. I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, because let's. I mean, I'm in Mr. Like I said, I'm in my analyzer mood. But like I said, you were honest with her. Told you how you felt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she how many times did she actually reciprocate and tell you, hey, you're really a really fucking cool dude?
Not as often as I did hers, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like, really, like, how many times did she go, you know what, you're cool, really like hanging out with you,
Yeah, there were a few times she did say things, like I'm glad I have you in my life, and there was a few, jewel moments, as it were. Good. But other than that, you're right. There was. It wasn't. No, jewel meaning like jewelry, like gems, moments that were like jewels, they're precious.
I'm thinking of Jewel the singer,
not Jewel the singer. No, Jewel. I'm talking about, jewelry.
I checked my phone at 4 a.m. She's giving me fucked up texts again, and now she's saying that my mom and dad are abusive people.
Damn, I just pounded a whole bottle of water. Ain't that a bitch?
Wow, that's
so.
You, man.
Anyway, that's basically that. What's up? I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just staying away. That's what I'm doing.
Just take.
I mean, if I'm such a bad person, I don't know why this person still can. And that's what I said to her in the text. If I'm such a horrible person, why do you keep reaching out to me?
Like then there's no reason for her to reach out the next day and say,
Yeah, especially if I didn't respond back to the thing you said the night before.
Yeah, if you just
no
said,
reason for it.
I'm done. Then basically, it's like I said, it's all ego, man. It's like, and I'm both your guys' parts,
Oh yeah, well, I got my shit too.
Yeah, of course. But still, this kind of stuff. The bottom line, though, man, is if you don't feel comfortable around her now, you're never gonna feel comfortable around her.
And that's true. I guess you're right.
You have never really truly felt that comfortable around her. Even a couple months ago, you were always kind of on edge.
Oh, yeah.
That can happen when you like somebody, but usually when you like somebody, it's that nervous feeling of, oh God, they're so cool. And then when you're around them, you forget what time it is,
Yeah. Well,
But
I
you're
mean,
not
we had
like-
that too. We had that too, where we go out and we had a good time, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh shit. And she's like, I gotta get home. I gotta get to sleep before work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So there was that. There was good stuff too, man. I'm not gonna say this was a horrible relationship and blah blah blah.
No.
There were some good things too that I enjoyed. That
Well,
whatever.
obviously, but overall, I mean, for me, it's like your life is short, man, and this is a person that you want to like pledge, like
Allegiance to
in a way, like I said, monogamy. You want a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want a relationship with someone who's committed to you. You're committed to her. If there's issues that you have, you work through them.
Yep.
And that I just don't see,
Well,
maybe,
and yeah, and there's certain, I don't know. I mean, obviously, this is somebody I haven't dated in 7 years. I've been out with a few women, but it's like,
dated, like not like this, not like the feeling of
No.
oh, hey, this could be something more. So
yeah, exactly. It's been a long time since that was going down. So
Yeah.
so fuck, dude. I mean, this has kind of been, but what I'm noticing is I've seen this pattern, and not just her. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but there's other women that are the same way. A lot of them are the same way, actually.
well, yeah, and that's a lot of our society, and it's and dudes are kind of the same way too. Like they're got this like ready to please, like like I'll do anything, I'll do anything, I'll be your guy, it's the good guy syndrome,
Oh yeah.
fucking I'll get it.
Believe me, I had it going on with this one too.
Yeah, we had it all. We have it all going. Where you're like,
That's the reason she owes me a little money too.
Yeah, well, damn.
So
but hey, like I said, that's part of it too.
Right.
But, you have this like obligation to feel like like the whole idea of in this day and age of paying for your girlfriend's date.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh well, and not necessarily that's a problem. But when a girl's like making more than you and then expects you to pay for her date, it's like like, okay, why? Because my pussy, remember, what's the pussy ain't golden.
Pussy ain't golden. No, but you know what? I didn't mind paying for her. I really didn't.
Because guys don't mind doing that for a person they care about, or friends don't mind, because guys want to provide, man. Guys want to be that fucking.
Yeah, especially, I mean, okay, it'd be one thing if she was like a nut bucket type chick, then I'd be like, bitch, we got to go Dutch, whatever.
No.
But, in this case, it's like somebody that I actually gave a shit about, that I'm going, I don't mind spending money on you. It's not,
it has nothing to do with like trying to impress you. It's just that, hey, want to go out? Oh, let's go. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing. They expect that shit. And well, a lot of women expect that Prince Charming romance shit because they're told that they're always, the princess. And that, that they're because guys, of course, it's always your fault, because how dare you make that joke or make anything, and then you made her upset, and then
and that's the other thing, and as I was saying earlier, she accepts zero responsibility for anything. And there's always an excuse, even the Christmas thing. Well, I didn't feel good. Okay, so that gives you license to shit all over me and make me feel bad. So, what the fuck is that? That's narcissism is what that is.
Yes. Well, it's an inability to just accept that you have responsibility and things, and that, like, or at least to give in, like, say, because like I said, you're willing to, I was wrong,
Yeah.
And instead of saying, yeah, you're wrong, I accept your apology, I appreciate that you said you were wrong, she doubles down and says, yes, you were wrong.
You damn right you were wrong.
Right, you were wrong, you son of a instead of going, you know what, you had the balls to say, you know what, I fucked up, said something wrong.
Absolutely. How many other people would do that?
And then, but you can say, hey, but I've also been pulling my hair out over how we've been interacting lately, where you'll say something, make me a second guess shit in a text, and then we won't talk for 2 days. And then I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck's going on? Because that text was so, and I try to ask you what the text is about, and you'll give me some more obscure answer.
Right.
Not like, like, well, we'll talk about it soon.
Right.
Okay. How about now? No. But I'll still make a comment that's vague and makes you wonder and guess.
Right, just enough to get you going. What, wait a minute. What did I say? What did I do? Are you upset? Yeah, that was the other thing. She used to get on me for, you get too worked up and you need to take a Valium or something.
Yeah, you're over dramatic. That was mine.
Yep.
You're a drama queen.
Yep.
That's and then you're like, well, I'm reacting because you're giving me these signals and saying these things.
Right.
Oh, but
Right.
well, no. This is how you know this. It's like I said, it's gaslighting, dude. It's like,
It's
yo, no,
gaslighting.
now you're overreact. I just I just said this comment to you, and then you responded, and it was a really kind of fucked up comment, and then you responded defensively. God, you're so defensive.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden my fault.
Why are you so
defensive.
defensive? Because you just said an offensive comment to me, and I'm defending it.
Exactly.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I was just joking.
Didn't come off as a joke, but
Yeah,
oh, well.
like see, there's a, and you know how things come off as a joke, like.
Of course.
And that's another thing. Like that Monday night, I guarantee you were laughing and you had a smile on your face, or you had a smile on your voice.
I totally did. I was
like,
not.
yo, that's an expensive date. Oh, you're an expensive date. It's a joke. It's like, oh, you got a boopy scoopity doo.
Yeah, that's just what it was. There was
there
was no malice in that whatsoever.
It was because now if you would have said, God damn, you're an expensive date.
Yeah,
that's a different story. And then and then if she said, What do you mean? Oh, I'm just joking. That's how they joke. That's how certain people joke. Oh, you're an expensive date.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's maybe what she would have said.
I guarantee you, right? Yeah, I guarantee you said, you were like, yeah, wow, you're an expensive date.
I said, wow, you're an expensive date.
Yeah,
that's exactly how I said.
Exactly. You were joking. It's a clear in the voice and clear in the intonation.
Right. Or my facial expression, which if
or
you're sighty, you could see, So,
because I know how people know when people are joking or not. And then when someone said, usually most people.
Well,
no, she knew you were joking. She was using that as leverage, dude. That's my opinion. I'm just gonna be fucking honest. She was using that to get at you to make you feel uncomfortable again. Because she likes you to feel uncomfortable, because that's power.
Like to make you on edge.
Because you like her. She knows you're into her hardcore.
Right.
So she's like, watch this power. We're
I'm going to put you on edge.
Everything is great. The night's going great. Everything's so good. We're having a great. Let's pull the rug out. Whoa, watch him. Look at him. Seriously, because you were having a great time. Everything was going great. You felt good. You're like, this is cool. We're having a good time. Bam.
Yep. And all of a sudden, like, oh, shit.
Rock to the face. Yep.
Yeah, dude. So that was that. Now I will say this, because I do run across her at her work sometimes. So if that's the case, I'll be civil to her, obviously, in those situations. I'm not going to be a dick. But that's it. That's all I owe you, but I don't owe you shit. I already apologized. I took responsibility for my end of it. She has not. So that's on her. And she'll either have to come to her, if she wants to do that, whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
So really it's balls in her court. So whatever.
I think the balls, someone has to have the balls here and just say, later, lady.
Oh, because obviously that was
even friends, dude. Like I said, you guys tried the friend thing for a while, where you even tried to make, because at the beginning you were guys friends, and she was still knocking you for shit. She was still poking holes at you, because you're always gonna like her.
Right.
So you can do that if you want, but very few people can be friends if you in that situation.
I mean, especially it depends. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, there's somebody that I was really into at one time, and then we kind of took a little long break from each other.
Yeah.
And now, at this point, if they came back into my life, then I would totally be, cool with being their friend,
Yeah.
And that would just be it, though. It would just be friends. Nothing more, we did the dating thing. That's the story there,
Yeah, I get you.
So
I think it's just interesting, man. Like how this is how people interact with each other. There's no just fucking, it's gotta be some kind of like little game, little dancing around. And like I said, both of us, we're not built for that shit. Like I don't like, if the silent treatment is the most bullshit. If I have a problem with someone, I will say, let's talk it out. It's not going to be as bad as you think it is. Half the time it's like, I was just so mad I couldn't talk. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, obviously, and you're right. We're not built for that. That's
I'm not going to bullshit somebody at that kind of point. And I can't stand that fucking waiting, because it's not unnecessary. For
exactly. It's just dragging it out. It's like,
and it's not mature. It's a game. It's because we're used to playing games with people that we're in relationships with.
Yeah. Well, the minute it becomes a game, I'm done. That's my thing. I'm just like, okay, if we're going to play a game, then, because the whole thing was originally, I thought, okay, this is a straight shooter. This is somebody who's, they got their shit together.
Well, I remember that. I'll just say this. Well, because, we're just rolling here, but I'll remember this. when you guys were first talking, you were like, wow, she's really honest with me. Like she told me
Actually, I said that on the show. Didn't I do that on the show?
I think it was on the show. I don't know if it was about the eye thing, but see, even then I was like, because like that's something that you're not going to be aware. Like you shouldn't have to. No, I'm not trying to be like, oh well, since your eyes are this, but no one should be fucking telling you shit about your eyes, dude.
Well, that's true.
I mean, think about it. Like, oh, your eyes are always closed. Well, I don't think about that, so I'm not going to worry about that. But then you started fucking worrying about it.
Yeah. Why is it all of a sudden? And this is the only person that's ever told me that. I've never heard that.
Which means you should be. But I guarantee you, from that point on, because you like her,
I was very
keep your eyes open, and then you had every time you had to keep your eyes open around her. So that's one thing you had to do when you were always around her.
Yep.
No, why are you nervous around me? Well, no shit.
Well, that's why. That's why I'm nervous.
Christ, dumbass. Why are you nervous around me? You keep your eyes open. I'm talking to a blind person who has no concept of what the fuck that even means, really. You don't even fucking know what that means. Like, why do you need to keep your eyes open?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you want to do it so you look a little normal. That's the thing. Well, there we go again, too.
That's the thing.
Hold up, homie. Hold on. Wait, I just got something here. So she knew how badly I did not want to be a blindo or didn't want to be thrown into that category. Yes. So anything that made me look blind, that was a automatic, hey, you keep your eyes closed when you talk. Why is that?
Yeah. And talking about the fucking, like your house, whatever the state of your house, when you can't know that. Right. You can't know what it is. It could have been fucking perfectly sparkly. I'm not saying it wasn't. We want to go into that. Point is that was something that you're not going to be able to know about. So you're always going to be guessing about that.
Right. It's
something that somebody else shouldn't be. I mean, especially at that point, I could see like maybe a couple months later going, all right, hey, look.
Once you get to know each other,
I've been coming coming over here for a few, but it was from the beginning, dude. It was from the beginning, second guessing yourself constantly.
Right. And
you're not good enough. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to open your eyes. Why aren't your eyes? Why aren't you doing this? And even that question. Oh, well, I have a question for you. Did your dad speak to your mom the way you speak to me? Yeah. I would be like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. So here on air, that's a fucking shitty question to ask anybody.
My response back was, well, my parents actually talked in person or over the phone. They didn't use text messages where things could get misconstrued,
Yeah, so. That's which is pretty nice, but even responding or acknowledging that kind of shit. It's like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, that's true. I could have just left it lay.
Fuck you. Like, especially when it was unprovoked. Like you ended the
conversation. It wasn't like I went at her earlier that day.
You ended the conversation last night with, hey, fuck you. I'm done apologizing.
Yeah, and that was my last message.
Fuck this. There you go. And then
it's your true colors, your true feelings. Well, I wish you the best. Okay, usually when somebody says they wish you the best.
Yeah, of course not. Because she wants the attention. She needs it. She's fucking desperate for it. Well, that's why she has to have you fucking thinking about her 24/7 by throwing these fucking texts at you.
She's lost it now.
I need you to. I'm just going to randomly throw out a text, after we had a conversation, after you said everything was cool the night before, the next day. Yeah, I'm thinking we're at different points in our lives. Let it hang. When you're going, ugh. Before that, you're like, all right, everything's fine. Okay, everything's all right. Then you get the text.
Yeah, some shit that just throws you off your axis where you're just like,
exactly. And it's meant to do that because she knows how you feel. And unfortunately, I'm just going to be honest with it.
That's pretty twisted.
In my opinion,
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't see what other reason would you have to do that? What reason why it's either desperate for you to be thinking about her constantly, or just fucking keeping you off guard, keeping you fucking,
Yeah, just to make me go, what? Oh no. But yeah. So that's the deal there, man. That was my drama for the week.
That's our drama. We've been rolling for an hour, man.
I know. This has been an hour-long topic.
Rocking and psycho, me and my fucking armchair psychotherapy lesson here for you.
Hey, man, that was pretty good. I dug it. Did you? I'm sorry, man. I kind of hogged the. Did you have anything you wanted to cover? Or?
Not really, man. Just kind of just thinking about that kind of stuff. Just thinking about like relationships and trying to find someone that actually fits with you. And half the time, you put yourself out there in terms of being honest, because that's what you expect. Because like I said, you
expect honesty. We're very idealistic.
We're idealistic in that way. We both fucking like, hey, here we are. I like you. I feel this way. How do you feel?
Yeah.
And that just doesn't, a lot of times that just gets you into trouble because people think they can take advantage of you, or think that they can just fucking string you along because you're being strung along.
Yeah.
Because you know, you
Well,
you guys were seeing each other.
Emotionally strung
yeah,
along.
you guys were quote unquote seeing each other, but not seeing each other, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, and that was the thing on Christmas too. All of a sudden, it's well, so since we're breaking up, wait, I didn't know we were together. It was that kind of shit.
Well, I mean, come on, let's just physical contact, any kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who fucking knows whatever that was going on. If it's there, like you're fucking 6 months in here, kids.
Yeah.
Let's fucking let's just do either it's shit or get off the pot at some point.
Yeah. No,
and if you're seeing somebody, like I said, seeing somebody could mean seeing somebody means like committed.
Right.
I'm just seeing this person to them might not be committed or whatever.
Here's the thing, man. I don't like to. Now, this is the one butt fuck. I really don't want to walk away angry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I want us to at least be amicable towards the end. Hey, look, can we at least? Because I asked her several times, can we talk? Can maybe in a few days we'll have a cooling off period? Can we talk? And nothing. So I'm like, well, fuck, you're forcing me to just walk away with a bad taste in my mouth about you.
Yeah.
So I mean, what choice do you leave me? Now, if she were to call me, I would talk to her, obviously, but at this point, I don't see any reason I should be reaching out, right?
No.
So, I mean, hey.
Well, I mean, like I said, you don't, if you might not have to, or after this, this
I mean, this may do the job, huh? This may do, yeah, okay.
Probably, but who knows? I guess my point is, yeah, I just don't, I don't see, I guess, man, dude, I know you guys had good times and stuff like that.
They were good. Trust me, they were good times too.
But
it's just,
is it always good times, but you are expecting some fucking shit? In other words, like, is it a good time? Oh, is it like you hang out and you get back and you're like, wow, I'm so relieved that no bullshit happened.
Actually, kind of a combo of the both.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we had a great time, but did you guys have a great time because there was no fucking bullshit misunderstanding that you have to deal with now?
Well, there was always something. Like you said, man, there was always some shit.
That's what I'm saying. There should not always be something with someone you're committing yourself to, man.
Right.
I'm not saying there shouldn't be something sometimes, but there was always something. And if there wasn't, it was because it was a great evening.
Right.
Like, oh, that was awesome. That was a great time. Why? Well, she didn't say something stupid. Or she didn't fucking comment on something to make me feel weird about something. Or, she didn't take one of my jokes out of hand tonight. wow, we had a great time.
Right.
That's not a great time. That's a great time because nothing bad happened. Not a great time simply because you're always wondering. You're always waiting. Right.
And here's the other thing. Now I can see this happening too. Like, say if she heard this show and she would say something like, well, I didn't know this about you. You talk about me not communicating, blah, 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 and then turn it into that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's over, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's over, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, you decided to mention this on the show. She listens.
It's just, well, at that point, that's where
maybe she'll go, oh, I didn't know that you were feeling this way, and try to get back. And then the next time you're feeling comfortable, she'll say something to put you off guard again. And then you'll be back in the same position.
Right. Well, I don't even see her doing that. Oh, I didn't know you feel that way. I think it'd just be, well, sorry, you feel that way. Like
yeah, exactly. Which is like a sorry you feel that way is not an apology. It's sorry you feel that way.
Backhanded apology is what that is.
It's basically, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm not sorry.
I don't give a shit. I'm not sorry. Yeah.
And that's what you get a lot of times. There's no closure. And that's one of the hardest things as well, is that you're not going to get closure probably.
Well, and it's funny because she's been posting stuff on Facebook about closure and don't worry about getting closure, just all this crazy shit. And I'm thinking, hey, I gave you several opportunities at closure. You didn't want to take them. So
it's not, because then she wouldn't have you to fucking, feel good. Make her
wouldn't have a punching bag anymore, huh?
And yeah, in her vanity mirror, because obviously you like her and she's fucking being dug and she probably hasn't been dug in a while. And, so she's digging it. And so she's going to use that and then poke at you. Make you feel so that you feel like you're off your guard and then she has the audacity to ask you why you don't feel comfortable or what you seem nervous around me.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
And that's even that question is a fucking loaded question that kind of, well, what do you mean? Because what if you didn't feel nervous around her? Then guess what you would?
That's the thing. I thought
you would start feeling nervous around her.
Yeah. Well, because all of a sudden now you're like, wait a minute, am nervous around her. Well,
and that's the thing. And that's probably another thing. You probably at that point weren't feeling that nervous around her.
No.
And then she said it. And then you were.
Then it made me think about it.
And
so
it's
then I'm
fucking
going,
ridiculous. It's like a goddamn game. It's like trying to, it's like trying to death by 1,000 cuts, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
you slice you with a paper cut.
And what happened with that whole outburst with you, like I said, there's no excuse for it. You should have held your tongue or whatever.
Absolutely.
But that outburst was the straw breaking the camel's back.
Yep. It was just me saying enough already.
Enough. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm tired of being strung around here. You know?
Yep. Exactly. So
anyway,
wow. Well, that was therapeutic.
Yeah, therapeutic. We're figuring shit out, man. That's
figuring it out, man. I guess I did figure it out. So I guess
you're figuring stuff out, and we got you figured out. So
yeah, pretty much.
And we got her figured out. I don't give a fuck. I don't know this. She'll probably come out. Fucking, I'll get some fucking random fucking email message, like some fucking stalking message.
Fuck you, cruise control, you piece of shit. You know.
Did your parents fucking? You gotta be a arrogant psychoanalytical prick. Did your parents treat you how to fucking like?
Were you molested as a child? Is that what happened?
Yeah. You know? Did you fucking grow up thinking you could fucking analyze people's relationships and you have never actually seen them together at all? Well, yeah.
No.
Because I've seen it before in the pattern.
Because you've lived it.
Yeah,
you've lived it. You know,
I've lived it multiple times. The pattern is fucking there.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just
constant fucking just on toes, on eggshells. And they wonder, and then they get mad at you for it. And they say you're the over-dramatic one. And that you're the one who's being this way and that way when you're just trying to fucking be real and have a good time with them.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And what's wild is you think, oh, this person's different. But a lot of times, fuck, there's some similarities, you know. So when women say, well, don't compare me to past girlfriend. Well, it's kind of hard not to when you act just like them.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
It's a goddamn it's an emotional void they're filling for themselves because they feel better about themselves. Because they can, be self-righteous too.
Exactly. Look, I know it all.
I'm so sorry. I was sick. How dare you comment on my comments when you know how sick I was?
Even though you gave a shit, your whole thing that was bothering me was the fact you gave a shit. You know, it wasn't like I was going, I was being a pain in her ass or I was, whatever. Or, well, I thought we were going to go out. I thought, no, instead it was, how are you feeling? I think you should get checked out. I think, that was a whole nother fucking.
No, you're getting too, yeah, it's always something. Never. Wow. Thank you very much for considering me and thinking.
Yeah. I appreciate you caring,
like, hey, I really appreciate you caring about me. I really appreciate you contacting me every day. It really lets me know how much you care about me. Anything like that at all, ever.
Nope.
There you go.
Nope. No, sir.
That tells you a lot right there.
And not that I was looking for that.
No, but even saying, hey, I really appreciate your concern, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you're getting weird.
Yeah, you're getting
like we're acting like we're actually together.
We need to talk in person. That was another time she said something about, I'd like to talk to you in person.
Yeah, bullshit.
More crazy shit.
Fucking just more and more drama, dude. And then you're the dramatic one and over dramatic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. But hey, it is what it is. It happened. I guess I can make it a learning experience. If
everything's a learning experience, man.
Of course.
You got a dose of the I'll fucking say it. You got a dose of the narc.
The narco.
Or the borderline or something similar where they have to make sure you're tethered, where you're constantly being like pulled along and constantly being on your toes and constantly second guessing them and so that you're on their mind constantly.
Yep. And you're just a constant fixture.
Yeah.
And they're in their fucking bowl of bullshit.
Just like that whole thing. Oh, I'm sick. And then you're commenting on her being sick and wondering what's going on with her. And then instead of and then she criticizes you for it.
Yeah. Then it turns into an argument and we need to reevaluate our situation. And I need to take a step back. That was another crazy fucking thing. So, but that's an older.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. An older one, but that's another point too. It's like your first rodeo, dude. It's like your fourth. So and it's been 5 months. So yeah, you know the deal.
Yep.
Anyway, cool. Well, that's
there it is, man.
Now here's my my bill.
Okay.
You're going to be I'll send it to your email, so you'll be charged. You can send that to me by credit card.
You mean I can't keep that money? Well, wait, you said it was important, so therefore I need to send it to you.
You need to
Obviously,
send it to
I
me
will put it
now.
in your account next week.
we're
Anyway, on
so-
that
we're-
fucking note,
that
man.
fucking note, man. Hey, dude. One last thing. How you feeling right now?
Good.
I
Really
mean,
good.
You
Actually,
feel good. Obviously, you probably feel a little bit sad.
I'm a little, yeah, no, there are moments where I'm kind of like, damn, why did it
Yeah.
have to come to that? You
But
know,
also, just think about it. Think about how many times you were just so like even when you thought things were great, you were still had that nervy fucking little thing in the back.
that's true. Like I for the last 2 days, I haven't been on edge. I've been the most relaxed I think I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably 5 months.
You're probably right, man. I know this is real spit. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm so much happier. You know, some people do shit like that in this false.
No.
But in my
it's
case,
not like you're happier. You're still melancholy and sad, but you're not.
Yeah.
You don't have that goddamn stress.
the weight sitting on my chest, going, "Oh my god, I got to make sure I
do this." That's not a basis for a good relationship, and that has nothing to do with her, because that you know it just ain't good, because if you're feeling that ain't a basis for a relationship, man.
You're right, man. You're right. All right, bitches.
All right, man. Well,
note,
anyways, once again, this is the psychological PH BSD.
This was the real shrink wrap, wasn't it?
The BSD, the PH BSD that I have. A bullshit degree. Cruise control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer, the patient.
And
that's the story there, bitches.
Let's analyze your dreams.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.